Win-win. What's up?
Not much.
You're live on YouTube. You see on the phone on the left side, you can see how many people are joining the video.
None.
None! Wow. That's how famous we are. We're YouTube famous. Anyway, good morning. March 6th. I had a birthday 2 days ago. Happy birthday from me. I'm going to show you in a second what we're working on. And the reason what I'm showing you here, we're rebuilding a 642 engine, a Mercedes Benz 642 engine. It's a diesel engine. It comes out of a GL, actually. This one. 2012 GL 350 diesel, Blue Tech. 642 engine is the diesel engine. It's the Blue Tech diesel engine. It's got, the reason we're rebuilding the engine is because it had low compression. 3 out of 6 pistons had a drop of more than 150 psi. It's supposed to be a very high compression combustion engine because it's direct injection, turbo, and diesel. 3 factors that will make this engine have to sustain an average of about 540 to 600 pounds per square inch inside the combustion chamber, which is very high. We had loss of more than 150 psi, and the car didn't have a whole lot of power, and we had a lot of oil leaks. But there's another reason I'm going to show you this engine. By the way, this is the engine. This is the engine, the whole table, basically, and the engine is right here. Let me flip the phone. Hold on. Okay. This is the engine. It's actually flipped upside down. So this is the crankshaft and your oil pump. But the reason I'm doing this video is not to show you how to rebuild the engine or anything. I want to show you something. A lot of people have a question about it and they're not sure what it is on the diesel engines. These are the camshafts, by the way. Head bolts, we're going to replace all that stuff. But they have a question. There is usually if you work on one of these diesel engines and you stand under the car, there is a little, I'll show you what it looks like. There is a kind of like gray color grease on the bottom of the car. And a lot of people always had a question, what the hell is this grease? Where is it coming from? It looks like that here. Oh, you see that crap there? I don't want to touch it. I hate grease. But anyway, it looks like that, and it's always on this side of the engine and on this side. It's kind of like building up a little bit on the rack and pinion on both sides. And a lot of people ask, like, what the hell is this grease? They're not sure. So I wanted to resolve the mystery for a lot of people. Where's this grease coming from? Well, phone is ringing. I'm going to do it very fast. But the grease is coming from here. That's where the grease is. Mercedes packs up the place where the engine mounts sitting. So this is where the engine mount bracket sits. This part, right. Where's the engine? Here, right there. Let me go closer to it, and I'll explain you why they do it and how you see it on the car. But this is the engine mount bracket, and you can see the grease here again, and it's full inside. The purpose of that is, I don't know if you know the dynamics of a diesel engine, but diesel engine works different than a gas engine. Diesel engine also have much more vibrations than gas engine because of the dynamic of the way that the engine works, but I'm not going to get into it right now. But what happened is Mercedes packs that with grease, fill it all up with grease. It's supposed to absorb some of the vibrations from the engine. And when it heats up, when the engine heats up, it finds its way and dripping a little bit from here down into the car. And that's where you find this little green grease on the bottom of the car. But if you just want to kind of like see how the engine looks like, I wouldn't mind. I don't oppose to that. I'll show you the engine real quick. That's where the starter seat. The engine right now, as I said, it's upside down. So you see the crankshaft over here. You see the oil pump over here connected with the timing chain. Not the timing chain, it actually doesn't have a timing, but connected with the chain to the crankshaft. It's got a balance gear over here. This is a balance shaft. It's got a shaft goes all the way to the back. But this is balancing the engine. You see that the balancer itself, it's much more bigger. I don't know if you're familiar with other engines like the 272, 273, but the balance here is much thicker, much bigger. The reason is just because this engine creates more vibrations. is your crankshaft, balance gear. The timing chain goes around that. The heads, of course, comes down here on the bottom. Oh. We're going to change the bearings. We're going to change the rings. The heads are already at the machine shop. We can see the turbo over here. This is your high pressure pump. Creates a much stronger pressure on the fuel to inject it into the combustion chamber. It's a direct injection. So it goes straight into the combustion chamber. This is your intake manifold. Valve covers, which should be upside down. Usually Mercedes says if you damage the valve cover, you have to replace the head. They're coming together. Throttle valve. This is your throttle body. Here is another one of these mounts. You can see the engine mount is here, and the grease is there too. And that's where you get the grease from. So anyway, the whole purpose of this video was just to resolve a mystery for anybody that was always wondering where this green grease on the 642 engine is coming from. So I'm going to put all kind of keywords, green grease on engine, diesel engines, all kind of stuff like that, so other people can resolve the question if they try to figure it out. But that's it. That's all I wanted to show you. Thanks for watching the video today. And as always, I'll try to post more videos. Very super busy recently, didn't have time to post videos. Trying to do all the work in the shop, in the office. But I'll try to post more videos in the near future. Thanks for watching. Adios. Bye. Go.
Carfax is